Sorry, Logan, I was watching reels. You can tell by the way I sent you loads. Let's see your progress on what place. Oh my god. You're really doing God's work here, aren't you? Let me help you there. I need to start filling them in now. I always forget to check reels because there's no streak forcing me to like TikTok, yeah. Yeah, that's the one downside I suppose with reels. Oh, I can see you working as we speak. Don't really know what other flags to do though, Logan. Actually, I've run out. I haven't run out. I kid. Loads. The whole roster of flags. Oh, I should be doing like the actual stream, but this is important. This is important for the culture, the pals culture. That means I gotta hide like all my tabs because I got a million open. There you go. I just go into this. Oh, that's massive on that screen. I haven't used Discord on the main monitor in ages. I just go into the Legacy Pals chat and I start like referencing ones from here. There's loads. Like I keep scrolling up. Like I do a Boxbot one, see? Yeah, I won't. I definitely won't do that. Yeah, I just use this chat. I mean, to be fair, some obviously have like a different coloured inner bit. So it's possible at some point we might need to change that, but I think for now there's plenty of white ones to work with, so and why not do a trans flag because there's a lot of like transgender themed stuff I've seen. Like there's like lesbian here. There you go. transgender right there. Oh shit, I'm gonna get banned. Maybe my blue's a bit off, but I don't know. I think it looks better this way, in my opinion. Anyway, I ran out of paint, so that's enough of that. Yeah, so stream. So on Monday this week, the YouTube channel hit 10 years. The YouTube channel is 10 years old, 1st of September. For 5 years I did like a special video. But I couldn't really think of anything, to be honest, apart from this that I wanted to do for 10 years. I might end up doing a video at some point. Yeah, I do buy charge increases. The thing is, I bought the United Kingdom flag because you get 10%. So 10% of the charges that you use in that country, you get back. I don't know if you've got that, but I don't know. If you manage to save up like 20,000 droplets, then it's definitely worth getting. So that's why I have significantly less, because I purchased that, but I can get 35 more. Now I've got 273. I do need more. I do need more charges. Having 600 odd would have made the main flag much easier. But to be fair, I think you've got more pixel placed than me all time, so it's a fair play to you. But anyway, 10 years ago, the channel was made. The Pals YouTube channel was made. I did a video for 5 years, and I didn't know what to do for 10 years besides a stream or like a video, but I went with a stream in the end. Reflecting on sort of the things that brought us to where we are today. Mainly, like, it will be Minecraft. I can talk about stuff, but it'll be Minecraft because honestly, the channel wouldn't have been made without Minecraft. So, like, and I recently was exploring our old worlds, and it's like, well, it's just a treasure trove, really. It is worth mentioning that viewer discretion is advised, because people were young back then and very immature, and there may be things we find which indicate that, but we live with it. Yeah, anyway. Welcome to the stream, Logan. I'm glad you're here. Let's keep the conversation going. No, I kid. Where's all the Xenon music I was promised? Oh, we can listen to Xenon. Xenon. And I'm sure he won't mind. He was a core member, so... Well, I say was. He is. I don't want to listen to Xenon Radio. That's not Xenon. That doesn't have Xenon in it. How do I Can I like just play everything by him? Is that an option? Like just press this button. Okay, this is it. There you go. How's that, Logan? Can you still hear me? Yeah, he did. He did actually. Is the music too loud? I don't want it to be too loud. Just like background audio. Music's too quiet, if anything. What if I just do that? Is it better now? The thing is, it's really loud for me. So, like, I don't want... I'll be honest. If it's too loud, then I'll lose my train of thought. Some of his music is quiet, though, to be fair. Like... His music's very bipolar. Is that alright? Hi, Polly! Welcome, Polly. Logan, is the music alright? Music is fine. Good. Good. So yeah. This is the first ever Minecraft world we ever had on multiplayer. Like, this is the first one. Like, it's pretty much untouched since we abandoned it, basically. Which was probably like, well, 7 years ago, maybe. Oh god, that's a good question, actually. Well, I would say 1.6.4 probably. Actually, no, it was 1.7.10 because Dark Forest biomes existed, and I'm pretty sure that was 1.7.10. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 1.7.10. It was probably one of the other ones, but I usually just default to 1.7.10 because at the time, like, that was the best version for modding. But like, you can tell by like the world gen, for example, and the way we built, like. But actually, the server wasn't. The server didn't start off as survival, or sorry, as creative. It started off as a survival server. The reason why we got this like golden dome thing is, at the time, the Yogscast did a series called Trials of Derpules, I believe it's called, if I remember correctly, and I was inspired by that. Oh my god, wow! I was inspired by that show, and I wanted to do it myself with some of the guys, and so I started up a server for that, and I built this like, well, before the Golden Dome bit, it was just this like obsidian bit with an L meaning, well, L was Lapis, because at the time we were called Lapis Army. We weren't actually called POWs. We weren't always called POWs. and yeah, we spawn here. So this is the spawn area, and we tried doing this like survival challenge thing inspired by what the Yogscast did. So you'll find actually this way. So we split up into teams. So it was Nez and someone else, and me and Xenon, Mr. Xenon himself. I was teamed up with Xenon, or most people just know him as Ollie. But this is Nez's base. This was built in mostly survival. I think the quartz floor was new, or added later. Sorry. You can tell these guys were not very good at Minecraft because they tried growing trees indoors, and they also tried growing dark oak as one sapling. This is the fun thing about this is the fun thing about our worlds. There's always shit underground, and in this case, it's just a hole going to the void. Yeah, growing trees indoors. Call Nez a genius for this one. Look how well these trees grew. At least they gave it a bit of sunlight though, right? That's for mine and Ollie's base. I actually have no idea where it went. I have no idea where our base went, because the idea was they went this way and we went this way, which is why there's this path. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Good thinking there. I mean, I'm gonna assume like we were around this direction because of all of this, but honestly, I could not tell you where we ended off in the end, because that attempt of creating a survival challenge series didn't really last very long. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the base was just like scrapped to the stuff over here, but or if we had one in the first place, which is, oh, hang on. I mean, there's a possibility it was underground. I will switch to spectator quite a bit. You'll soon realize, because there's a lot in our worlds that happens underground. But yeah, that sort of survival thing did not last longer than like a day, and then we just made this world creative, and I added a bunch of plugins because I loved the idea of using World Edit for building. It was my first time using World Edit, and Voxel Sniper was another one. And we ended up actually turning this world into like a creative world, but like with the sort of aspiration to do roleplay. And we actually did do roleplay. We did improvised roleplay for like a year, and I will get into that as we sort of explore. But yeah, these are creations of Voxel Sniper. Voxel Sniper is really complex, at least at the age of like 13 or 14 or however bloody old I was. Voxel Sniper was really really complex. Was it roleplay? Well, like erotic roleplay, is that what you mean? I can assure you we were too young for anything like that. God, I can't do commands at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately it wasn't. It was kind of like we made YouTube videos. There were YouTube videos online of our roleplay, and I tried salvaging the videos because I tried, because it was all done on my old laptop. The server was hosted on my laptop. The videos were recorded on there. I played the game on my laptop and also edited the videos on the laptop. So I played Minecraft, hosted a server, and recorded at the same time, which was quite impressive for what my laptop was capable of doing. I believe I did, and if I didn't, I'd probably like edited them in some dodgy version of Premiere Pro, but I think it was Windows Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker. No, it was Windows Movie Maker actually, because I remember being really sad the day they stopped supporting it, and they removed it. They like completely wiped the download off the internet, and then replaced it with Clipchamp or whatever. I tried salvaging those videos, but I haven't had any luck, to be honest. I mean that the hard drive has been sort of rewritten like 100 times, so it's entirely possible the data is just not there anymore. But I don't know, maybe I'll go back to it again one day and try again. But there was one, so we did one Halloween roleplay. It was like Halloween special, and we did 3 roleplays for the main roleplay series we were doing, and we did a 4th one, but that never got released. And then I did another one actually with Bert. That one, I don't think that one ever got released either. Maybe it did, I can't remember. But they're all gone. They're not anywhere to be found. Because one of the people involved in the roleplay like didn't like it being public, and I don't blame him, to be honest, because like moving into secondary school, people found out about the channel and they started making fun of like sort of participants, so it all had to be removed, and instead of just unlisting it, it was like fully deleted. So that is a shame, but maybe it's for the best, to be honest. Yeah, these obsidian sculptures are me messing around with Voxel Sniper. So like I kind of made this like weird bone dragon thing doing the like stanky leg or whatever, like the Michael Jackson lean. Like I don't know why I made it lean so much. I don't think I ever intended it to be this anyway, so here we are. And then this is where like the roleplay sort of started. These signs had text on them, but when importing the world to later versions, text got destroyed. So you we'll see a lot of empty signs around. But basically, this was like a meteorite, and if I remember correctly, like, oh, this is a weird Xenon song. If I remember correctly, the meteorite like landed, and someone was like bad guy, and we as like the Lapis Army crew had to stop him, basically. That's like a very like straight to the point summary of the plot. It's been a long time though, so I can't actually remember it fully. This is cool though. I thought that was nice. That was Voxel Sniper. A bit wonky, but like it worked. It looked cool. And this is like the first. Oh yeah, see, that's what I mean. And over there as well. This was the first build, the first like proper build. This funky looking castle. It's cool. Yeah, I don't know. He's got like a sledgehammer, I think, wedged in his pants or something. I believe that's what it is. I don't know why. Maybe he had like that power up where he throws hammers. Maybe he's saving it that for or saving it for that. Yeah, exactly. Uh, this this castle wasn't always Mario themed, and actually, I think there's like a. Oh no, it's meant to be Steve. Actually, that's right. Because like if I take away this, then you can see it's like Steve's bloody shirt. I don't know why. Yeah, Mario and Steve are the same person. Look, if I get rid of a mustache, look, it's it's Steve. Look, it's Steve, guys. I don't know why the castle is Nintendo themed. I don't remember a reason. I do remember we changed the theme a couple times based on like relevant events. So maybe you tell me, but like 2015, this would have been maybe. If Nintendo did anything significant in 2015, then let me know, because that's probably why. And I like Sonic's on the wall because because you know it's not Nintendo. That's the joke. This sign works, which is good. And on this wall was a huge map. A map of the entire world. Yeah, that's true. Actually, I'm surprised we didn't get like, surprised we didn't get like, struck down by Nintendo for this, for simply like referencing them. That's right. The there was like a thing in the roleplay, like we would come here. It was like an assembly hall, and then the villain came up out of this, like up this ladder, and like attacked us and ran away or something, and then went to the meteorite and hid, and we went there, read the lore, and then went from there, I guess. That was kind of the idea. But like the roleplay wasn't like entirely in that castle, otherwise that would have been pretty boring. So we obviously had to build more things. We had to build more places. The flag is meant to be the Smash Bros. Logan. Smash Bros. Logan. See, let me go back. Actually, I didn't show these UFOs either. Like it's meant to be like Smash Bros. Logan. Yeah, look, Smash Bros. Logan. It's like the weird sort of electrified effect that the logo uses. Also, at the time, TF2 was doing the this like space invasion event. No. The concept of POWs it didn't start existing until the next world, and we'll see some early versions of the flag there, I think. Yeah, TF2, we were obsessed with TF2 at the time, so TF2 had an event like all alien themed, and we built a load of UFOs because of it. There's also like this random ass house down here, which I think got I think a creeper exploded on it because we didn't bloody game mode peaceful our world, so as a whole. But empty house, not really anything to show there. I mean, the lights are cool, but it's just planks and logs at the end of the day. So this is the first village we built, Lapisville, very original, obviously. I built these houses and I gave them to people, and we had like heads and stuff to decorate the walls with, I remember, but those broke as well. So yeah, look. Oh my god. Yeah, so This is such a bad room to walk into. I'm gonna delete those. We'll get onto it. We'll get onto it. So someone actually obviously went in this world in 2020 to write a little note. On 12th of December 2020, we didn't play in this world in 2020, but it was available for people to join. So someone obviously went and wrote a nice little note for us to read 5 years later. Oh, this is Ollie. Wow, this is a note Ollie wrote to himself. I should take a picture of this. I have to take a picture of this and send it to him. 2020 was one hell of a year. Hope the COVID thing has finished and you are working at GE or at uni right now. COVID has finished 5 years later. Please don't forget the memories from this world. There you go. You happy, Logan? Yeah. I'll have to send him that. I have to send him that. It's important we reflect, though. Not live through nostalgia, but reflect on the past events. But yeah, nice little message to end it off with, right? I think I gave Ollie this house, judging by those signs there. Yeah, I started sort of being developing an obsession with flags. You can see I created like medieval banners. I think that was the inspiration for each house. Now I wonder if all the houses have little notes. No, this one definitely doesn't. This one does have like a prisoner's chamber though, which is interesting. This one has pumpkins in. These must be the residents staring out a window. Yeah, all these houses are the same though. It was pretty much just a copy and paste job. World Edit was our greatest tool and also made us very lazy. But to be honest, there's nothing wrong with that. When you're doing stuff like this. A lot of these houses are very like, they are what they are. They're just nice sort of environment fillers. The Obsidian Block was like a local pub built in the hill. Again, all the heads actually remained here, which I'm quite surprised about. Oh look, someone threw up on the floor. Nice little detail there. Yeah, I thought this place is quite cozy, I would say. It's a bit of a weird building. It is just in the mountain, but so yeah, we did a Halloween roleplay, and it actually took place in this little shed. So I don't remember exactly how it started off as, but it started in one of these houses, and then I guess someone came by and was like, oh my god, Xenon's been kidnapped and he's in this dodgy shed operated by this dodgy guy. The dodgy guy was probably Joe Nez at the time. And so the roleplay basically was, oh, we go to a shed, and then down the shed was this like creepy room full of heads, and then a maze that we had to solve. This is really hard to see actually with the shaders on. They're not really any better with brightness up, but you get the idea. There was a maze, and then at the end of the maze, night vision. Ah, that's a good idea. How do you do? Is it effect? No, we want like 9999. And amplifier 255. There you go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's actually really useful because there will be a lot of shit in the ground. Yeah, so the maze wasn't very hard. It was right down the stairs, and then like literally just well, there were multiple routes you could take. So you could go that way, you go this way, and then you're here. And then there was this prison, the torture cage, of course. And Ollie was in this torture cage, and we had to dig him out. And that was literally the whole role play. But that was our first one. I remember it being quite fun for my young self. Yeah, there was a graveyard. All of these signs had funny things written on, but signs broke, so they're not funny anymore. And then this was the main mansion, so this is where the main roleplay started. It's like the Lapis Mansion, or whatever we called it. I think it's because so all the original signs from like 1.7, they all got wiped, and then all the signs that people added later on were fine because we like transferred the world properly in later versions. So this sign isn't authentic. This sign's probably like, is this Xenon, by the way? Sorry, I need to check. Yeah, it is. I didn't realize Xenon had a song with so many lyrics. Sorry. Yeah, this sign's probably like 4 years younger than the world, and this one as well. But I know why this one's here is because I remade this bar in a different world. We'll see later. So yeah, some of them got replaced later on, some of them didn't. And I think because this section of the world is older than other parts of the world, so I think later on we will see signs that are like 9 years old, maybe 8, and they do have text on them, but that's only because that bit was built later on. There was like a really weird thing. I mean, I do think that we transferred the world incorrectly, but I also think that the version switch meant that the signs didn't retain the text, which is unfortunate. And that's why some of these banners are black as well, because it didn't transfer that either. Yeah, so this is probably one of the nicest builds on this world, which is unfair to say, but it's true. Like, actually, this is probably one of the nicest builds we've done, like, period. Like, in all the worlds that we've done, this is probably one of the nicest. It is it is really nice. It was a collaborative effort as well. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, this I remember actually. This command block I used to spawn heads. So those cool skulls you see around, it doesn't work anymore because all the information's changed, the NVT data. But yeah, I used to come here, generate heads, and that's why there's loads of them in here. Yeah, this is where the roleplay starts, or like sort of started anyway, because back here actually there's a lever, hidden door, and behind here was a torch. So the idea was one of them's a torch which has burnt out, guys. That's a little trick. But yeah, behind here, what was another map, a map of the world. And the only memory I really have of this room, besides the map, I had no idea what was on these signs, was Ollie in the roleplay. We had to take multiple cuts of the same scene because he kept saying analyzing instead of analyzing, because we had to like analyze the map, but he kept saying analyzing, and so we had to do like 5 retakes or something. That's the only memory I have of this whole house, really, to be honest. I don't think we used it that much. Look at this table of skulls. Nice. Oh, chest data also got reset because those chests probably had stuff in it. Because we went like, the detail was that sort of refined. I might as well go back here. Yeah, we had this weird statue of villager as well, and for some reason it's been copied down there. I might as well go back here, even though this is later stuff. So we got this tree. I don't know who built this, but it's quite nice. It's got like a little house in it. Well, that was the idea anyway. Until someone summoned the Ender Dragon and it flew through this tree and destroyed it, which is why there's this big gaping hole. And as for this gaping hole, I guess this is probably also the Ender Dragon, just judging by the way it's quite a nice pattern. And there's a campsite outside, which I forgot about. I didn't even realise that was there. And over here we've got... So at the time I was watching Lost, the TV show, and I got obsessed with Lost. And so I incorporated features of Lost into this world. And also kind of incorporated it into the roleplay. So you can see from the top, it kind of creates a symbol. And then down here, it's like a lab. This place was called the Spark Lab. I did a YouTube video on this actually. Yeah, that's right. You press the button and then an alarm system goes off. Lost is brilliant. It's such a good show. But yeah, it kind of loses the plot slightly towards the end. So the ending gets criticized quite a bit. But yeah, basically the idea was this lab was like a dynamite testing facility, but it got abandoned, and that's why everything's kind of slow. Like the doors are intentionally slow, the lights intentionally flash. This was built after everything, so the signs do and the chests still work. Yeah, these books as well. There's lore. There's lore. I won't read through that because we'll be here forever. But, yeah, the idea was this was a dynamite testing facility in the lore that got abandoned because of an incident, and one person remained, that being Jack's character, and he started making like this catalyst TNT to blow up Nez, or Dr. Brain Bucket as he was called back then. I don't really remember why. That book probably had the information. But I made a YouTube video using this place. Yeah, Dr. Brain Bucket, very clever name. But yeah, you can watch that video. It's a weird one. I kind of like just thought I'd make something a little bit more artistic. But yeah, this was kind of the. Yeah, we were pretty bad at English as well. At least I definitely was. Like underground with a capital G, sure. Yeah, the incident was like, oh, we blew up a big hole and we found the end portal, and then bad things came out and people went in and everyone died basically, except the guy who lived up there. And we came up with a bunch of random names as well. Mankus, apparently. All of these books again have lore. The English is pretty embarrassing, so I won't read them. But maybe I'll translate them onto paper one day. But the idea was we'd find this place, we'd find that guy, and we'd come out down here, and we'd go in one of these buildings, we'd read the books, which I'm glad we didn't, and then we find the family lapis, and then the lapis was meant to help us like defeat the bad guy. That was pretty much the plot. And then there was another lab to find later on. I mean, at the end of it all, there was just a staircase that you could go down to access this place. So we didn't have to go through the stairs at the start, but they were meant to be hidden, so we weren't meant to find them. That's pretty much it for this area, though. It's kind of like the birthplace of the roleplay, and we tried to keep it like relevant by building stuff related to the roleplay around there, but the roleplay kind of stopped. This place was kind of left behind. Like everything you see in this area is pretty much how it's been since it was first built, which was like 10 years ago. So like very untouched. I don't know what this is. I think someone tried making a mini game. But yeah, you take this path and it takes us to Hydreifion, which is the city. Again, there's a lot of random buildings scattered around. They all look really nice, but they don't really have anything in them. Over here was like a big meteorite as well. So I had these like glass things coming out of it. It's meant to represent like magic emitting from a meteorite. This one landed and a chunk fell off, and that's what this one is. That was the plot behind that. But at some point we would have gone to this city, which I think we kind of did, and we would have actually, I think in the roleplay we might have seen this, but I can't remember. But yeah, we walk down this path, go here, find a meteorite, yada yada yada, you know how it is. Also, we'll see a lot of these gold balls around. Bert kind of joined the server and then started placing them everywhere. Like he'd come on, he'd like spawn a load of gold balls and then leave, usually. Oh, and there was a train system as well, which explains that stone block. I'll start over here. So on the relevancy of Dr. Brainbucket, this was his lab. And also Dr. Brainbucket's a reference to TF2. So because Joe was obsessed with Soldier at the time, and like the brain bucket or something was an accessory you could get for Soldier, and he had it, so that was his Minecraft username. But yeah, this is his lab, and in the roleplay, I believe we went down this like lava thing, and then he had this room which had armor in. It was like meant to be like overpowered armor that we'd use to sort of defend ourselves, basically. The roleplay there was no written lore to roleplay. It was improvised, so like all of this stuff happened towards the last few episodes we did, and nothing came of it afterwards, so there wasn't actually any lore after. So anyway, this is Hydreifion City. Look, I got a really nice sign. I used plugins to do this at the time, because text or dyed signs wasn't an option. This is pretty much entirely houses. Like all of these houses are just like people just wanted to build stuff. We wanted to make it feel like a city, so we built all these houses, and there's even more over there, but all of that is like after roleplay times. Like a lot of this stuff is still relevant to roleplay. This was there's still stuff in this map in this chest. That's weird. Ollie's character in roleplay was meant to be an orphan, and this is basically the like foster home or the orphanage. So there's not really much to it, but it was actually like an important, essential build. And Ollie loved building bathrooms as well, which were like big stone brick cubes that were really empty. So we'll see another later. And then this was a graveyard, and all of these signs do actually exist. So again, just like Lost, I also had like a hyperfixation for Portal, and I built the labs, but I called it Mind Show instead, because why not? Instead of Aperture, very clever. But yeah, I had Portal references here. And then this was like actual lore stuff. So this was meant to be Ollie's character's dad, and then maybe his mum. Yeah. His mum also got a grave. And then Draglit was one of the other characters. And we would have gone to his grave, read all these signs, and then seen this and been like, oh my god. But he didn't die. He's still here. And then, yeah, all the joke ones here, as you can see. I what on children? Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah. I don't know what it's all about. Some people who joined later on weren't fans of that person, so griefed, unfortunately. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Not really much else to say with the graveyard. In here, yeah, this way. So all the labs, I was gonna build a lab for each one that was online. So I remember I built, so that's the one that we saw. That one exists. That one didn't have anything in it, but it definitely existed because I have a screenshot of it and I have no idea where it is. It was in the snow biome, that's all I remember. And then the rest of these I never built. But the idea, it's really, this is where it kind of like messed up. So like we had Mineshaft, but all of these were like operated by a company called Dharma Co. So kind of plot holes there. And this is GLaDOS, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, a bunch of redstone contraptions, basically giving off the impression that it was a lab. And then I had working portal related puzzles. And I started off with like this idea of like I'd build the same building or same room and just like pretend that you were walking through a portal. It was a cool idea, but obviously yeah, like yeah, it, you know, I thought I was quite a genius at the time when I did this. I had fun making this as well, to be honest, even if it is just like a clone of the other room. But it's literally like block by block replica. I had to like mirror it as well. Like I really sort of put thought into this, but I didn't keep it up because it would have gotten complicated. So I found a plugin instead. I found a plugin which gave you a portal gun, which was really cool. I don't think anything happened with those. I think the idea was command blocks would be put under there, and then text would come up. But in here would be the portal gun, and then it was a bow, so you'd shoot arrows at the wall, and then you could just walk through the portals. And I did 2 puzzles, and then I stopped with that as well because I realized if I kept going I would have quickly hit bedrock. So yeah, you can see like you're meant to get the block here, and then you're meant to portal over to the edge, and you're not meant to put it on the grey surfaces. That's how the portal works, and you put a cube there and then you can jump up. I bet this is like a really bad thing. Yeah, okay. I suspected it would be bad. I kind of thought it'd be worse, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. But yeah, I stopped doing these very quickly. But it was fun. We had a cathedral because we were on the mindset that cities had to have cathedrals. So to make this a city, we built a cathedral, and actually it is a really nice building as well. Yeah, I would say this was like one of the best buildings. Like upon reflection, I definitely wouldn't say this is the best building in this world, but it's a good one. And I remember some people we met on Overwatch well, they didn't get married. They didn't get married in real life, but they didn't get married in real life, but they did get married in Minecraft, and we had a ceremony and everything, which is why there's all these like gates here, and then fireworks were in these dispensers. It was cute. It was nice. And then yeah, we kind of just expanded the city this way from here. I remember you had Overwatch E-Daters get married on your Minecraft server. Yeah, we did. We did indeed. We thought, sod it. We have a Minecraft server. We had a marriage plugin at the time, so we let them get married on our Minecraft server, and they were recognized as a couple with this plugin. We had a priest and everything. A whole ceremony. Loads of people were there. Not loads. There were probably like 10. Which is quite a bit for our servers, to be fair. Look at this really square hospital that I definitely built. I remember building this. It was meant to be abandoned as well, which is why the lights don't work. But you'll find that a lot of the buildings get abandoned, which I guess is fitting because it is meant to be an abandoned building. This was cool, actually. This train station. It was all redstone powered. It was all automated. The idea was, yeah, you can see how like complex the redstone contraption is. But you'd basically one of these chests. I don't know which one. One of those chests had tickets in. You think my YouTube chat is broken? Oh, I bet it is. Yeah, it's because I haven't opened it. Thanks for raising awareness. I bet there's people in there talking. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do this. Are there people talking in the YouTube chat? Okay. Good. Well, not good. I mean, it's good. It's good in the fact that I haven't missed anyone's messages. Wait, Nez is in the YouTube chat. Oh, that's what you just said. Oh, I'm so blind. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were in the YouTube chat, Logan. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the stream. It's been a while, Mr. Motorbike Man. Joe will remember this world. He was one of the contributors. Yeah, this is Dr. Brainbucket himself. Been so long, I don't even remember my oh no, that's why he's not streaming, Logan, because he doesn't remember his Twitch password. Logan's been yearning for a Nez comeback. He's wanted me to bring you back from the dead. I told him about your Instagram videos though, so he can still enjoy Nez content even if it isn't a stream. Yeah, this train station though was cool. It was a tutorial, so I didn't figure out the redstone myself, but you basically had to pay like gold like in one of these machines. I can't remember what. Oh no, you'd get a ticket. I think you'd get a ticket from up here. I think this had redstone, but it doesn't work anymore. You get a ticket from up here, and then you'd put it in this dropper, and then you'd press a button, and if your ticket was valid, then the light would turn on, and the things would drop, and it would spawn a minecart for you. And actually, this train track does go somewhere. It goes to a like modern city that we tried building, but there's literally nothing there. I don't even think it's worth looking at.
Okay, let's go.
I think I gained 30 followers. Nice. Oh yeah, I found all his hidden ducks as well. They have been popping up. I did notice. They're all like thousands of views, which is pretty good. Yeah, we built a load of houses here. This pagoda's a common thing you'll find, because it was used as like the gateway to other worlds. So you would go through this portal, it would take you to spawn, or actually at a time it would take you to the other world in the same building but different coloured. And Overwatch was a thing, so Hanzo Bow, it was Hanzo's ult, guys. 30 followers in a day is crazy. I remember getting that on my TikTok videos. But that didn't last very long because I didn't constantly make videos like you are. But if you keep up a momentum, then you should be able to see exponential growth in theory. So these are the Skylands here. These are pretty significant in the roleplay as well. It's kind of where like Ollie lived. That's where he came from. Again, a ticket. Like I use this ticket like mechanism loads after finding out about it. Anyway, yeah, this was an elevator. We had a plugin which allowed elevators to work, so like hence the weird signs on the top, or on the top of these buttons. This button would basically just, actually no, I don't think it was a plugin. I think it was all command blocks. Yeah, it was. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, one of these points. Yeah, there you go. The oxygen chamber. See, I was pretty proud when I did this, but it doesn't work anymore. But basically there was a command block system that this is hooked up to. It would spawn a load of effects, and then like you'd be let out. I can't even reset my Twitch password. Palsnez might be gone for forever. No. So, do you not have access to the email that you made it on? Yeah, it was commands. I remember it took forever to do this, and then this was commands as well. And yeah, you'd end up on the Skylands, and it was all fun and cool and inspired by the Yogscast as well. And yeah, it's kind of where like Ollie's character's lore stemmed from. Like he lived on these islands, and I think at some point we were gonna go back to this. We were gonna go back here and like discover his past, but it ended up just being they existed and we built on them, including this big white cube. I do, but it needs some two-factor auth to a number I don't recognize. Oh my god, yeah, you might have got hacked. Although, like, if they're gonna hack into your Twitch, they could at least stream on your behalf. I feel like the only reason you'd actually do something like that is because you can't be you can't be bothered to get affiliate yourself. And so you'd hack someone's account, and then you hack someone's account with affiliate, and then you stream on that account. I mean, it'd be obvious to people who watch that person, but yeah, well, exactly. I mean, they gained basically nothing, but it is a shame. It is a shame that Palsnez maybe no more. You can just make Palsnez 2 and start shooting from there. Yeah, there's not really much to say about the Skylands, to be honest. It's very, very much this is it. and then there was one over here that got blown up, and this is also lore, because basically I did a roleplay with Bert, and this was Bert's house. This is where I met him, and then we both explored this bit, which is meant to be like city ruins, and the idea was these ruins were of a civilization that hated the Skylands, and then the Skylands came and basically just wiped them off the face of the planet. And we kind of went a bit crazy with the TNT, and then there's this massive gaping hole down here. Yeah. Yeah, there were lots of moments like that. I remember like binding stuff to my hand, and it would create like glass tunnels, and it was really annoying. Like we can see loads of glass tunnels. Oh, this is weird. I hadn't noticed this. Oh, this is Bert's micro house. There you go. There's a hole here. Oh, this is what this is it. This is mine and Ollie's survival base. I found it. I didn't know this was here until now. We went quite a distance actually. Joni went like 50 blocks away from spawn. We went like 50 chunks. Yeah, look, there's a glass tunnel here. I remember, like, I kept accidentally making these. Because there's another one as well over... Well, actually, no, I think it's gone. But there was one over here. That's pretty much it for this world, though. Like, there are other things, but they're really far away. Oh no, this was spawn. This was the spawn for this world. If you remember. We kind of like did that survival, like challenge, like game play. Yours, well, you built loads of stuff on this world. You're like the best at building. Like, I'll give you that. Like, I think you built this. So this is one of your houses. You built that one, I'm pretty sure. This was your lab, though, if you remember. Dr. Brainbucket's lab. Oh, look, there's a inappropriate sign in the wall, as there always is. And then you had this like secret underground bit. Yeah, Dr. Brainbucket, his secret underground lair where you have like armor and stuff. We use that to defend ourselves in the roleplay. That's how I described it earlier. Also, Logan, look, Nez is here. Logan just went on his Twitch channel and his schedule says he's continuing Walking Dead 2 days ago. Interesting. But yeah, there's a lot more to this world. But everything's so far away from spawn, and I have no idea how to get to it. Like I can try. Like I think there's some stuff over here. Like the Pokemon arena where we just built a bunch of Pokeballs. Pixel art. And it was made out of barrier blocks, obviously. There was a desert where like a lot of the roleplay stuff also happens, but honestly I don't know where it is. I have no idea. People kind of just went away from spawn and built loads of shit. Actually, this might be it. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying that I don't know where it is. I may have just stumbled upon it, to be honest. Yeah, here it is. Wow. What great find. It was like like someone tried building a dispenser, I guess, and a turret. But it's like all broken. And Yoshi egg, that's nice. Lauren, oh my god, YouTube homepage. Oh, I made it to YouTube homepage. That's honorable. Welcome, Lauren. Welcome. Yeah, this was Draglet's lair. Oh, Lauren, this is only a start. I've only covered one world. The worlds that you helped in haven't even been looked at yet. Yeah, Draglet was basically some gold hoarding freaky creature with a bunch of trophies. Because this is the room we found him in, and there's a Furby on the wall apparently. Draggle T Gaming, who remembers that? But we actually did go. We did go to that place in the roleplay. I remember that because that's where we found him. We like recruited him on like the first episode, and also here's one of the labs. And the idea with this lab was it was like CCTV. And we had like this mailing system. And it just went like nowhere. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, and then we had like crappy village up here. It was so bad. We got terrible vistas. I don't even know what the hell was going on up here. We abandoned this world very quickly. Once we realized the world gen broke, as you can see. Which is why newer Minecraft versions are way better, because they incorporate something called biome blending. Where it like doesn't cause this to happen. But that's it for this world. What's going on? Twitch, bro is defying all laws of physics. What, the Furby? This channel is cool. Yeah, go check out Toaster CBR. I don't know if the YouTube channel actually has anything on it. I only watch through Instagram, to be honest. And yes, it is Zesty Logan. You're a jazz fan, obviously. Anyway, that's enough of this world. Because it's time to look at the second one. No, I don't use TikTok. I don't use TikTok. Yeah, I abandoned TikTok, I'm afraid. So yeah, I don't use it for your content, but I do watch you on Instagram. So all right, Lauren. Thanks for joining, Lauren. Thanks for coming and speaking as well. It's been so long. I hope we get the opportunity to like actually like properly speak to each other one day. Because it has been a very long time. But yeah, this stream will be a VOD. So if you're interested in watching the rest of it, then feel free. Yes, please, maybe before one day. Yes, I agree. Let's make it happen. Anyway, sleep well. Thanks for joining, and I hope your day tomorrow is good. It goes all swifty. Yes, this world. This is the next world, and as Nez says, this was probably. I would say this is the second best world. But actually, to be fair, this world had a lot going on in it. There were no roleplay. Yeah, you did cook. Cookie made all of these, but you made some pretty amazing builds. So we will stumble upon those. But this was the spawn. So Cookie's farm was the spawn. This is what we call this place. Quite nice builds. And then he built his house. And this house had like a big... I remember this house had a big poster of the 1975 in it. Because Cookie was obsessed with them at the time. So he decided to put that up to entertain him. There was no roleplay in this world, but there was kind of lore. There was meant to be roleplay in this world. There actually was like a motive to introduce roleplay because there's like these weird stone statues which are meant to be like roleplay things, but we got the town of Plasacy. A weird name. I don't know why I went with that one, to be honest. I obviously lost my mind. We kind of standardized the place naming later on. Stonebrick Square, as I promised from the last world. We had an obsession with building graveyards as well and putting funny signs up. Like, oh, these are really old references. You remember when Toblerone shrank? Why you have to change gender? Whatever that means. White Coke. Some of these have like chests underneath, but not that one. The gender converter. Oh my god, yeah, I have that world as well. White Coke, that was relevant at the time. There was like rumors that they were going to bring it back, and they never did. And Magic Stars were going to be banned after we left the EU. Britain's economy because we left the EU. And then like this guy, and actually David Bowie because he actually did die. Harambe. Who remembers Harambe, guys? That's like a long lost memory, long lost meme. The internet's humor, sure. Harambe. Yeah, get your dick out for Harambe. That was the thing people said. And then Draglet died. Again, this was like meant to be roleplay, but never even sort of took off. Most of these are just houses, to be honest. Standard ass houses. More houses though. Nice houses. I think Joe built this one. This is a nice house. And then a freaky bloody stone statue. Again, this is like related to the other ones that we saw earlier. Very weird. Oh, this is a nice little surprise. Will Platt built this. Down syndrome tower. Great. Humor was not our specialty at the time. Yeah, Will is a very he's a rare phenomenon. He was a rare occurrence on our the Moss the Legend. He was a hard find on our servers, but he did come on them and he built stuff, and that was his contribution to this one. The FPS lag is crazy at the moment. Skylands, people tried bringing those back as well, but it never really took off. And Bert built pixel art with like loss. And then Ollie built like a roller coaster. Yeah, here you go. Here's a roller coaster. Someone built Dropper as well, apparently. The Sonic pixel art is really good, actually. Oh no, Paddy's school is on the other world. Paddy didn't build on this one. We'll explore Paddy's builds in a moment. Yeah, Ollie built a nice little roller coaster here. Yeah, he like made it out like he was the creative genius behind it, and then someone found it on YouTube. Bloody fraudster! Why would he do this to us? Here you go. Early iterations of, well, I say early iterations of the Powers flag. That's the same one we're using now, but this like nice grove area. I think Joe built this because Joe is awesome at building. But I think it was later on, so Powers became an established thing. And then this is our attempt to build our school. This is one of 2 attempts and both never finished. Oh, Joe, you remember Will Henny? Yes, I remember that. Yeah. We ended up hosting it, I think, and they wanted it to be like in this American school, and we were trying to build houses, and that's where we found Yusef. And then we brought Yusef to this world, and he built stuff on here. There's a lot of people. Available built this like sort of city thing as well. Available, he was another character. Yeah, Will Henny. I don't think Will Henny built that. I think you might have built that actually, Joe. But I built this for Will Henny. This was like Will Henny's DJ studio. Because he was a DJ at the time. Legends never die. This is where it took place. Yeah. Will Henny has a house on here as well. I thought this was quite cool, even if it was just like copy and paste of the same building, except that one. Like, the idea was nice. And then here is Fleflavik. Again, the same house copy and pasted. Like literally this whole area is just the same damn house. Here you go, Logan. Here's an early iteration of the Powers flag. This is like the first version of the Powers flag. And here's the pagoda again, as promised. Oh, it's always bloody raining in this, honestly. Alright, look, I remember I did this. Yeah, there you go, look. I had like different flags for different like sort of environments. How's the second government? I didn't really know what I meant by that. New light and tree program being planned. I don't think it's in planning anymore. There's quite a few trees. Maybe not so many lights, but... The call center, because for some reason we had a call center. It was medieval village. Ah, see, these were definitely you, Joe. You love building stuff in the ocean. Because you built that really nice house in the ocean on the other world. But yeah, that was Flefavik. Quite a small place. It wasn't really it didn't really last very long once we sort of colonized across the ocean. And actually, like, you can start seeing some of the stuff that popped up, but at the time there was only one thing, and I built like a tiny outpost that was where this dockyard was. And that's actually like where the Powers flag originated, because I made it look like Sealand, and then I was like, oh my god, I can combine Iceland and Sealand, and that's how we got the Powers flag. But I think the village of Kar here came first, minus the banners. But that little outpost thing got destroyed and turned into a dockyard, which physically doesn't make sense because this bridge is too low and this gap is too narrow. But this was Quebec, or sorry, Cubite. This was Cubite. Quebec's the capital. Quebec's later on, but this was Cubite. This was when Toby started playing, because me and Toby built this dockyard. And Toby built this ship. And then, yeah, we started building houses here instead of the other place. We kind of just forgot about the other place. That's a common theme in these worlds as well. Like, once a new place gets founded, that's it. It's kind of abandoned. What's Tom up to these days? He was doing an apprenticeship in data analytics, but I think he might have finished it. And he's like working full time as like a support engineer, but like a support engineer for like mobile products, I think it is, as opposed to just like a general IT support engineer. But I don't think he's doing too bad. Him and Harry are doing quite well. I haven't spoken to him in a while, actually. I kind of hope that they end up going to Ollie's thing on Saturday. This is a prison, by the way. A prison in the shape of Cyprus. Because Cyprus was the perfect shape to build a prison on. And then this was Cookie's factory. Yeah, I do remember you saying. I think you said anyway. Which is a shame. It's very big shame, but at least we still talk to you through like group chats, and you're active on Instagram, so we're not too alien with you, but it's still unfortunate that you can't make it. Would you have been able to make it last weekend? Because I know it was shifted to try and cater for more people, and then like half the people ended up not being able to go. Well, there you go. Blame the organizer and the complainers. Yeah, he will be once he hits 1,000. Yeah, Lauren would have. No, I don't think Lauren would have been able to make it last weekend. She was like on the fence about it, but she can't make it this weekend either, I don't think. And like she was like a motivator for changing, I think. I don't remember. Yeah, that was it. Oh, that's nice. I haven't spoken to her in a very long time. Not like properly anyway. Yeah. Well, I remember she lived in Southampton for like Amber's Master or something. But now that that's finished, I guess Birmingham has more opportunities for them. So at least they're closer though. Like Birmingham isn't like a ridiculous like distance away from where we are. Compared to Southampton, which is like a 3-hour drive. I don't remember where Lauren went in the end, because she did Loughborough. I guess she ended off in Southampton. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I know you go to, or you did go to Coventry quite a bit. Coventry's right next door. Well, I'm sure one day I hope we'll have the opportunity to visit theirs, or they'll come down here, or whatever happens. It'll be nice to sort of get in touch with them again. Yeah, show more builds. This was Ewan's first build, I'll tell you that. When Ewan got his PC for the first time, and he joined our server for the first time, this was what he fathomed up. And I respect it. I don't know why he didn't want to build here, but here it is in the middle of the ocean. And this is the Burj Al Arab in Dubai. Actually, this got destroyed. It had to be rebuilt, but the rebuild was arguably better. Because Bloody Available, which we'll see in just a moment, decided to make a massive cube of TNT and destroy like most of the world, like an arse. This was my house, and this was Toby's house, and underground we had a survival bunker. Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's like some sewer system. That's new to me. I forgot I did that. Yeah, so we had a lever there. The toilet would push back, and then a ladder would appear. And we both had these like secret tunnels. And in here was our nuclear survival bunker. Because why not? Like the hospital ward. We had this was like the lunch hall, the swimming pool. And then at the very bottom of it, we had this little tunnel which went through this ravine on a minecart, which took us all the way up to... I'll show you. It took us to the missile silo. Because there was a missile silo, why not? With a Russian flag on the side as well. How fitting to the theme of the world's problems of today. But yep, we had a nuclear bunker that led to a missile silo. So actually, we were the ones causing the nuclear winter. And then this is Will Henny's house. Very empty, but he did put time and effort into building his little recording studio. So I'll give him that. Unfinished builds, nice. Joe built a lot of these houses. Actually, I think Joe built pretty much all of these houses. Maybe not, I don't know about this one, but he built that. And he built this really nice one, which got destroyed by Bloody Available. And I got really mad because this was like the coolest build in the city, and it got destroyed. Rip Nez build. Oh, and another nuclear silo, except it's not a silo, it's just out in the open. Why not? It was really cool. It was really well detailed, and it looked like the house, the Weasley's house from Harry Potter. And then Bloody Available got bored one day and was like, oh, let's just bloody destroy everything and make things unfun. Which is really sad because Available is a really good builder as well. Your house is cool, yeah. Your house is cooler than this. I would say this is probably one of, if not the best build in all our worlds. And this was collaborative. This was a collaboration between me and Joe. And it's really nice. I mean, the locations, like, it's unfortunate that we never really connected it up to anything, but like the house itself is really, really awesome. We did cook. We definitely cooked. This was the most I've cooked in a build, like, ever. Like, I don't think I've built anything this good since, to be honest. Yeah, this would have been a late night moment. I think we built all this in one day. Oh, it's just so nice, like all the little features. Was this Skype? No, this was Discord. This would have been Discord at this point, because it's all like POWs themed, and I can assure you, like, POWs never existed in Skype days. The old world was Skype though. The one I showed you before, that was still Skype. Most of that, apart from like the last bits, were Skype. And then we have this weird multi-story garage here as well, which had like a different thing on each floor. So you got like Joe's flannel shirt bedroom, and all these broken maps. Joe's room was massive apparently. Anne, look, he has Anne written everywhere. Anne was Toby, that was his old username. Torbjorn, that was Cookie. Zephos, obviously Xenon. Available. I forgave Available. I think I was too nice with Available. He committed sins, and I let him go with a lot of it. And it did piss some people off. Which in retrospect is fair enough. And then Weeby Waifu, which was Jack. I remember I didn't want to move to DC, but we tried. We tried it, and the audio quality was so much better. Lol. Yeah, literally. Oh, actually, I didn't even look at the rest of the floors. Sorry. So that was like bedrooms, and we got like the meth lab apparently. The chill zone. Okay, these do have signs. Wait, what's the sign on here? Chemistry lab. Okay, PG then. Shop. No shops. Gallery. Nothing in the gallery. And then a really nice garden at the bottom, which was also probably Joe. Oh, there's nothing behind there. Oh my god, yeah, you went through so many usernames. Yeah, I remember being very resilient to move to Discord, just because we had used Skype so much, but it was so much better. Like, quality was better, it was better to use, and you could do like way more for free. LAJ bot, yeah. Oh god, what else? Yeah, T1 I remember that. Jojo Blob, Dr. Brain Bucket. Obviously, you got Nez now. Actually, no, I won't go that way yet because that's a big thing. I don't think there's really anything this way, to be honest. Though there's a car park, nice, and then Ollie loved building these. They were like droppers, and it was literally just a tower with a chute that you fall down and land in water, and that was it. That was it. That was literally it. Yeah, I think there were more, but I do think some of them were like temporary. Like they lasted like a couple months. Also, I just got a notification come through on my watch that Silksong is now available on Steam. So there you go. Guess I gotta stream it, guys. I'm joking. I won't be streaming that game for another like 6 months minimum. This was the city of Quebec. This was the capital. Again, at this point, I don't know why we abandoned this world. I think it's because of the terrain, but the terrain issues were caused by us this time and not the game. Yeah, I'm not too sure if you did. Me and Toby built this. This was collaborative build between me and him. It's based off the Soviets. The Soviets had like proposed to build a really like magnificent building. I think it was like the Palace of Soviets or something, and that's what it's based off. It's very empty. There's nothing inside, but there are statues. So that was Toby's skin. That was my skin at the time. Yep, Toby had Linkin Park LP written on the back. We have these cool statues with Powers flags drooping. And then Available started building a multi-story and didn't get very far. So now you just have this nothing building. And then there was a multi-story over there as well. This place was pretty much just multi-story car parks. And I built this and didn't really do much with it. The Burj Khalifa, it's based off of Burj Khalifa. And you can kind of see by the way it like the patterns, but I don't think it was that good. I think this is like one of like my worst builds, to be honest. Yeah, I think we kind of reached, because we used to do interiors all the time on old worlds, and I think we kind of reached a point where it was like, well, we got so many houses, doing the interior is just going to stop us from building more stuff. So I definitely stopped doing it, and I didn't really like it either. I mean, you can see like this was city, so it was skyscrapers, empty. This one's empty. I built this, and it's empty. The ground floor has stuff, but that's pretty much it. This is hollow, so it doesn't even have floors. And all of these are empty as well. This is a weird Xenon song. Don't think I've heard this one. Again, this world has like random stuff scattered around like this. I think we were much better in this world in the fact that we kept things together. But there's still going to be things that exist that I missed. That's just like out of the way in some random place. We had warps for everything, and all that warp data is gone. But that's pretty much it for this world. We abandoned it. We have a common theme where we abandon worlds, even though there's not really much reason, apart from the first one. Not a huge justification for it, but this one, yeah, this one got abandoned because we wanted to use fancy world gen, and the Terraform had been fucked on this one because of all the world edits. So that's it for this. The next one's probably my favorite. I would say it's also like the most iconic. I don't know if it's got the most history. I think a lot of the history comes from those previous two, but like I just like this world a lot. That's if my game starts lagging. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this like lag spikes. I'm not a huge fan of that. Was this your treehouse world? No. Your treehouse world is one of the other ones I've got. Oh yeah, I don't know what's with all the lag spikes on this. This world had a lot more going on. This world also had like the most collaborators. I might have to turn shaders off. My computer isn't good, guys. I'm sorry for that. I'm hoping there's no like corruption in the world, and that it is just my computer being bad. Oh no, it's still bloody lagging. Okay, we'll just have to tolerate it. Maybe tolerate it with lower render distance. Yeah, I haven't upgraded my PC in like 5 years, apart from adding more RAM. But this is like these feel like very intentional lag spikes. I think there might be something wrong with the world. Maybe it is just because there's so much going on in it, or maybe it's because it is corrupted. I don't know. But I'll try not move as much, so it's slightly more bearable. But yeah, this is custom world gen. It used a world generator called Biome Bundle, which was powered by Open Terrain Generator. In my opinion, it's one of the best. You have 4 GB, do I? I definitely can add more. I forget you can actually see in this. Is it maxed? Oh, it is maxed out. That's probably why it's bloody lagging. Yeah, it is. It's memory overflow. Let me adjust that. That's really easy. Talk amongst yourselves for a bit. Profile options, custom RAM allocation. Let me just allocate like 20,000 megabytes. Yes, this is definitely a Xenon song I have heard or have listened to. Sorry. Also, we had some random guy follow on Twitch, so thank you to random guy. Oh, that's all right, Joe. I'm glad you joined actually, because like you're one of the people who's been there since the start. Like you've seen the process from its foundings to how it is now, and I'm glad we could sort of like reflect together on this. Yes, feel free to watch the VODs. You'll be able to see the rest of it on there. Logan, I have 48 GB of RAM and a 1070 Ti actually. Joe's got a really good PC. Oh, he's got a PC that's way better than me at least. 64 GB of DDR4 is really good. That's not terrible. I mean, it's terrible to modern standards, I guess, but I plan on upgrading my PC soon because Windows 10 is end of life next month, and I don't want to be running unsupported software, or unsupported operating system. Oh, terrible Wi-Fi, my bad. Yeah, sorry Nez. Sorry Joe for keeping you around. We'll see you around. Thanks for joining. Have a nice sleep and have a good day tomorrow. Or have a good sleep. I don't know. It's running much better now, actually, Logan. Thanks for the suggestion. I completely missed that. Logan, this is my excuse to upgrade. And when I buy all the parts and like someone in my house questions why I did it, I've got a reason, and then I can talk about security because that's what I do for a job. So they'll be like, oh yeah, you're right, we'll take your word for it. But yeah, I know you can yeah, exactly. Oh, smart. But yeah, I know you can botch a system to think that you got the right TPM chip, but the problem is if you don't have the TPM chip, then the functions that it uses don't work, or at least they don't work the way they should. And the TPM chip is important because it's used in like security mechanisms on Windows and on websites and stuff. So I don't know. Just, you know, let me upgrade my PC. So this is our third world, and arguably the penultimate one, because the ones that came after this were like small ones which didn't really have much going on. Like, we tried starting something new and never committed, apart from the survival worlds. But like, yeah, this was penultimate, and honestly, this is like, oh, I don't know, 6 years old now. Exactly, Logan, exactly. Yeah, so it's been like 6 years since we've properly committed to a creative world, which is partly why I want to bring one back, and it's also why I stress about like forever servers, because like obviously I've preserved all these worlds so I can enjoy, and other people can enjoy like the memories made from them, but you can do that even more in a forever world. But I feel like we might be too late for that. People might be too old to create those memories and stuff. But then again, I say that, like, you see like the Yogscast, for example, with their Shadow of Israfel world, like they were all like mid-20s probably when they did that. I'm sure they reminisce over it, so you know, I'm just waffling though. This is cute. This is not Quebec. This is Olenta. Lake Olenta, first named location in this world. It's true, this was where we started. This was the starting point of this world. The first building was this one, which is like a tourist center, gift shop, never mind. Oh god, that's bad. Yeah, this one has loads of stuff underground, which is why I stress like spectator mode is quite a good thing to use sometimes. In Fortnite, if you remember the cube, well, this was when the cube first blew up and created shards in this like format, and we built something to remember it. Yeah, so this was like, if that's the case, then this is like 2018 when this first started being worked on. This small space is property of the Pausian Animal Preservation. How generous of the Pausian Animal Preservation. Immersenag was a character on this world. He contributed a lot to this, and he was someone that people didn't like a lot. There's a red cube. What, in the current world? Or the current like chapter, I guess. This in Fortnite OG. Oh, okay. I don't play Fortnite OG, to be honest. I'm not one of those guys who are like, oh, Fortnite was so much better back in the day. Like if anything, it's better now because you have no build. This house is really weird. It's got no back. I don't know where the hell it came from. I don't know why the person who built it didn't finish it. But there you go. You've got half a house. Maybe I'll see clips at some point. Planned. Yeah, none of these things happened. The Union headquarters didn't get furnished. Hospital never even got built. New laser did get started. Oh look, another graveyard with funny bloody comments. Don't open the ground or die. Elder Guardian Sworn Egg. God, this guy is so loud. Joe died. Immersenag died twice. Sometimes it just do be like that. It's more, yeah, this is funny. It's more interesting when playing. Stan Lee actually died as well, so this was built when Stan Lee died. T-Gay, Immersenag, Jack. That's when Jack stopped talking to us. Well, I say stopped talking to us as if he's like distancing himself from us forever. That's not true. We don't talk to him a lot, but like obviously there was something going on then. T-Gay is like T-Series. Immersenag hated T-Series, so he had a personal vendetta against him, and reflected that in the world that we played on. Again, this place is mainly just houses, majority unfurnished. As you can see, the obsidian block, an OG's bar. It made its debut again. The Octagon Theatre. I made a video about Olenta as well on the YouTube channel, so you can watch that. But obviously, Octagon Theatre is meant to be the Globe in London. This is a funny building. This is like, again, another random guy, not Immersenag, someone else built this. It's hilarious. It's so like, it's just goofy. Modern houses, Ollie's house. Over here we've got Dusty Divot. I don't know if you know Dusty Divot, Logan, but I recreated Dusty Divot in Minecraft. I created this like little crater, built this like sort of science station, put trees around it, just like in Fortnite. Ewan's Leaf Dome. This is a mini game actually. Well, it was turned into a mini game in one of the other worlds. One of the free build ones. But Ewan built a lot on here actually. Like Ewan built this like semicircle house, which is really nice. He built Hell. There's not really much going on in Hell, but it's Hell, so the gateway to Hell in our world. How nice. Olenz's gateway to Hell. A grave? There's a grave here for some reason. Why the fuck is there a grave in the public area? Exactly, that's what I was just about to question. I definitely didn't write this sign. But whoever wrote that is thinks the same way I do, that's for sure. Ewan built the bean house. I really like the bean house. Joe built this nice wizard's tower. Megumems. Megumems. I don't know if they're still in PALs, Megumems. Megumems was a pretty committed member. Don't know if you remember them, Logan. You were definitely around when they were, I can tell you that. You probably haven't played on Dusty Divot because it was like one of the OG locations. I don't know if Megumems is still in PALs, to be honest, which is actually quite unfortunate because they were like one of the most active members. They were Polish though, so we built this nice Polish themed bar. I hope they make their return one day. They were cool. And then we got the cake house. And with the cake dispenser, we used to, yeah, all these dispensers were full of cake. Oh, no, that's bad. Yeah, okay, my bad. That shouldn't be there, that's bad. Basically, this machine crashed the server multiple times. From what I remember. The one thing I like about this world is like everything's spaced out apart, so it feels like you're going somewhere and you're gonna like stumble upon like a new like residential area. Like there is an element of exploration that's actually like possible in this world. Like before, we had different areas. I mean, like with the first world, for example, like that village, Lapisville, was like a distance away from Hydreifion, but it didn't feel like that big a distance, and that's the one thing we do well in this world. I think like we have these paths to follow that leads to like places that can be visited, but it doesn't feel impossible to get to, because again with the old worlds we just had a tendency to teleport to some random location and start building there, and then things get lost because we relied too much on warps. But not this one, not this world. So if I follow this path, for example, we end up in New Lacer, which is the Mesa town that I built. And like when you fly, like it's easy to get to, but when you're walking, it would take like a couple minutes, and that's why I like. That's why I like this world. That's why it's my favorite. And we also had this train system as well, which worked actually. We had a plugin which yeah, look, train carts, I think it was called. So like mine carts would just automatically like go around the train system, and they'd stop for 5 seconds at train stations. You could catch a train and go wherever. New Lace was cool. Not too much going on. A bit like that other Mesa town we built, but at least the like temple looks cool. And there's things to find all over, like another wizard's tower. Joe loved this wizard's tower. I spent like ages building this this bridge though. Like I'm quite proud of it, and the one over here as well. I just think it's cool. Oh, this was so weird as well. So this was during the Micronations time. So when Powers was a micronation, when Powers used to be the Powsian Federation, there were people on this server who came from that community, and there was this one guy who just kept building a wall all around the world. Like he was enclosing us in, but like he never finished the wall, and he never even built anything. He just built a wall around like our area and called it a day. Just wanted to lock us in, pretend like he owned the rest of the world. Very weird. He was an alright guy, but yeah, I don't really know what the purpose was. What's this? See, this is what I mean, like random shit in the ground. Like this doesn't actually go anywhere, but it's just like people just did random shit everywhere, underground, everywhere. I was quite proud of this lighthouse, but then I built a bloody like military base with a landing strip. And it's like, if a plane took off here, firstly the hangar's too close, so it just hit the hangar, but it also hit the bloody lighthouse. There was no thinking whatsoever, no logical thinking. Not that it matters, but it was something I cared about after I built it. Oh look, Ewan's house again. Some buildings make recurrences. So Ewan's house has made a return. Cookie's house has made a return as well. This one here. Yeah, some buildings are copied as well. So this one we find later on. Toby's house. This is Toby's house. Quite a nice build. And then I built one over here as well. And then this was Tesco's, but it's actually the Gulag. As you can see. We thought we were geniuses when this happened. It's a very weird, recognizable shape on the front though. You know, I'm not gonna endorse that behavior because it is bad. You remember Jackie Logan? I'm sure you. Yeah, I was hoping you would. I would have been shocked had you not remembered Jackie. Jackie actually came on the server though. Once. He came on the server once, and I played with him. I gave him the tour and everything, and when we built this really nice disco together, we took a screenshot selfie. I have a selfie on my Google pictures, which is me and him, and then he never came back. But, you know, treasure stuff like that, because, yeah, some people, they come and go. I do remember. I do remember there being, yes, there's like this again, like vault. Like an underground bunker. I don't remember where the entrance is right here. This is property of the Russian government. Yep, again, a common theme. And pretty topical these days. The battle bus. This is like the best battle bus I've ever seen in Minecraft. And I built it, so it's biased, but it looks really cool. I've reused it multiple times. Mini Sky Islands for obvious reasons. Little bit of a nostalgia bait there. Who, Jeff? No. Oh, and this is a Mercenac. This is a Mercenac city. Look how cool. Look how really inviting and well constructed a Mercenac city is. Nothing bad ever happened to it. It didn't get blown up or anything. No, but seriously, like, this guy called Dan he had like a vendetta against a Mercenac. So trolled him a lot, and like everyone else joined in as well. Dan used to book ban a Mercenac, so he'd give him a book full of text, which was too much for the server to handle, and he'd get permabanned and he'd never be able to join again. I had to clear his inventory each time. It was really annoying. But he kept coming back despite all the abuse, and he still played even after his town getting blown up, so that's some resilience there. I'll give him that. This is Dumphand Desert. It has that name because it was basically just the dumping ground for everyone. It actually used to be messier than this, but then someone just took World Edit and cleared everything, and now it's just a few things. The nuclear power station I built, which again I'm quite proud of. I have no idea what the physical layout of a power station is, so I kind of just went by very basic image references and a whim. I think it looks cool though. The clouds, like the smokestacks, look pretty cool with the shaders on. And we built roads everywhere, so this is where the roads start, and they expand a very far reach, and so does the train system, but not nearly as much as the roads. And this actually is like a really long fly, which takes us to Quebec. The next version, the second version of Quebec, and the best version as well. I can't believe Jeff's a hater of Xenon. What's up, Jeff? Why are you hating so much? We're now listening to Xenon Bad. Logan, did you see Xenon reached 1,000 listeners, by the way? Oh, it's bad because it sounds bad. Bro's such a hater, honestly. Oh my god, it wasn't this snowy when I last came here. Oh yeah, he peaked a million during his prime, during his non-burnout phases. Oh, all right, Jeff. You're so unappreciative of everything. Can't believe you. Sorry. Jeff, can you leave a stream open in the background? So, yeah, please, Jeff. I'm so close to affiliate. Yeah, so we tried building GCHQ, and that didn't really last. Well, it didn't really take off. We just built a circle, and then like the height and the sort of design, and it didn't really go anywhere from there. But I do think some of the buildings here are quite nice. Like these are really nice. These are really nice. That like this is actually like a good looking fire station. This is a decent looking police station. This like used to be Waitrose or something. And then all the skyscrapers are really cool. I mean, there's definitely room for improvement. I think I've learned from doing this how we can improve. You can see 2018. So this is how old this world is, which is actually really insane. 7 years is kind of crazy. It feels like most of this stuff was only built yesterday, to be honest. I remember building some of this stuff quite fondly. Again, we had a dockyard here, but when we built these two bridges, and I was like, we're not having a dockyard, that makes no sense like last time. So we got rid of it and then built this like wall. Immersnack built a lot of stuff here though. He was like probably the biggest collaborator on this world, and especially in the city areas. Like he built this shopping center, which is unfinished, sure, but it like fundamentally like it's huge, and like everyone had a little shop as well. So Toby has a big bike shop. This one got like probably bombed, I guess. Then we had my computer store with a big PC and like all the relevant games and the battle royale box. I when I was looking around this world the other week, I found this and I thought it was quite funny. Like who remembers like half of these games? H1Z1, like that was like the baby of battle royale. That's what made the whole genre pop off. And we had PUBG, obviously, and Fortnite, which is still relevant today. PUBG's only relevant on mobile, I think. Realm Royale. That one's shut down. Cuisine Royale. Who remembers Cuisine Royale? I think that was a pretty niche one. I think that one sucked as well. Black Ops 4 Blackout, obviously. Really? I had no idea. I thought Cuisine Royale shut down. I thought it was like terrible, like no one wanted to play it, so. CRSD. Oh, okay. I literally had no idea. CRSD. Not bad. CRSD FOAD. Oh yeah. Cursed Cuisine Royale is what comes up. Interesting. There you go, Cuisine Royale. Still exists, guys. Yeah. Blackout, Danger Zone, and Apex Legends. And I'm sure there's a million more now. Basically my entire Steam library on that shelf. And we had Iceman's Ice Shop. Test your ice. See, this is quite funny. Collector's ice, only 100 exists. Premium ice cubes. Hot ice, which is just water. And we had this, like, this was meant to be an arcade. Didn't really go very far. And we had a cinema. And there was like actually like a screenshot of a movie up here with like a cinema screen overlay, which was pretty neat. Paddy was meant to build a store and then never did. Lava Man's Lava Shop. Obviously, we've got to have competitors. They're pretty much the same concept. Binbrag Co-Armory, so Binbrag, who's actually in powers still and has sent messages in like the last 3 months. They built this. And this was a Mercenac as well. Oh right, I thought it was a furniture store. No, this is like a cafe. And then this. So this is just a random store as well. Again, a Mercenac. The Mercenac did a lot, as I mentioned. He pretty much built like all of this car park, all of these roads, basically. I don't think his standards of road building, he wasn't very good at curves, as you can see. But I'll let him off. He built this abandoned theme park as well, which is really cool. It was functional, and then I think like Dan did something and then he made it abandoned. And then an airport as well. We actually had an airport that was being built by someone who like works in the aviation industry, and then the server crashed and all that progress got reverted, and I was so upset about it, and then he never came back. Oh, I think that was the worst part, but I also don't blame him, to be honest. Oh yeah, and we had like a diplomat's corner, so like because it was like Micronation focused, people from that Micronation server built like little like embassies for their Micronation. So we had I can't remember these guys, to be honest. There must be a sign, surely. No, no sign, which is no good. But whatever. We had Immersenac Tower. This was his embassy, and then we had the Powers Embassy, or the Powers Union one, because at the time that was a thing. And Immersenac tried building another shopping mall for some reason, even though the other one is like literally over here. But whatever floated his boat. Oh my god. We have this like there was like this really silly boy who also joined our server, and he just built things out of obsidian, and this was like a battle arena, and it used to piss everyone off, the stuff that he built. And I remember I like went in his battle arena, and he had like kits for you to like try or like use in the arena. I don't remember where they... Yeah, here you go. And I remember I just like cheated in like a really OP sword, like with like 255 sharpness or something. Oh, and this is actually, no, that's not the original. That is the same school that Joe was on about, but the original one's over here. And a temple on the mountain. And the hot air balloon display, which I think is really cute. And the Quebec sign. Oh, there was so much going on in this world. So many collaborators. I wish we could still have stuff like this today. Oh no, the original school got wiped. The school used to be there, but I guess Immersenac moved it to make space for his theme park. For the sake of Joe, if he does watch the VOD, his Paddy's school, he built this and like sort of advertised it as like an original creation, like his own ideas, and we were like, wow, this is actually really good. And then someone found the building tutorial on YouTube, and I don't think people interpreted him the same way after that, or viewed him the same way, sorry. And there's like a bit more over here. So we had like this modern house area, sort of stuff of different sizes. And then down here we had like everyone's real life house, but in Minecraft. And then our second attempt to build our school, which like started off way more accurate, but I guess the accuracy would have taken too much time because people quickly abandoned it, as you can see. But yeah, some of these builds are pretty cool. Like Ewan's house, which is like the only house that's actually like made a reappearance elsewhere in our worlds. But that's pretty much that. This is like the front of this world. Like there's so much more to this world that like I can like float underground and probably find stuff. Like Bert had this like huge empty area with a bunch of pillars, and the Papers, Please dungeon as well, and like this random stuff and all the random stuff in the desert. Maybe I can find the Papers, Please dungeon. I think I remember where it was. It's huge, so like not hard to miss, but on, maybe. Oh no, is that it? No, it's just some random like spawn, or natural spawning structure. It was definitely like around here. Basically, it was this huge staircase that went underground, and then the icon for Papers, Please. Like you'd come across that, and then behind that was like some like Pride stuff, or something like that. Anyway, I can't exactly remember. I can't even remember where it was, to be honest. I thought it was around here, but obviously not. Well, it'll be somewhere. But there's so much to this world. Like, again, it would take hours to like fully appreciate everything. But it's definitely my favorite by far, and it's also our last like committed world anyway. $2020 drop. The rest of the worlds are very, very short. Like this one. This isn't even a PAL's world, really. This is something that Joe started building on one of his streams, and it's really cool. And I asked him if he wanted to like put it on the server to make it like an official thing. And he gave me the worlds, but then again, nothing came of it. But like fair play, like he did a really good job building. I mean, this is unfinished, but it looks really cool, even in an unfinished state. And his little village he built is even cooler. So, but like literally, there's nothing more to show in that world. And it's the same with this one, fantasy. I agree. He should. Wait, am I being? Oh no, it's because it's not. Yeah, so this is the fantasy world. So we actually like tried to establish a theme for our builds. I don't know why there's nether structures around here. This might actually be a bug with the world generation. Because yeah, obviously this shouldn't be here, and I don't think anyone would have spawned it there. I don't know why they would have done. And this is really, really weird as well. But yeah, this was like the only world we actually tried to like sort of create a theme for. So we had like, yeah, fantasy, big worms coming out of the ground, and like little dwarf caverns, nice houses in here. The wall of flesh apparently. And then some really nice, like properly nice builds here. This oldie woldy house of Smay. It's cool looking like barn. Unfinished. Coffee pastas, I guess. the armor smiths. Some really cool builds. Again, another cathedral. More like medieval themed, this one, but I think this one's, it's definitely an improvement from our one before. And then just weird pixel art. Like some like underground stronghold, and obviously sky islands, because God forbid we go without one world having them. This is cool though. And then I think Joe's oh, we had more sky islands, like. I suppose it's fantasy, so it's justified. And Joe built one of his oh, he put his bloody wizard's tower on here, and there's a Sweden flag apparently. I don't know what the hell is going on there. This world lasted like a week, maybe. So yeah, this is literally it, which is a shame. Yeah, Sweden is my favorite fantasy location as well. I think Tolkien wrote about Sweden. It's one of his locations in his famous book. I guess the idea is like these worms are fighting. I suspect that was probably the little story behind that. And maybe there's an end portal down here, because there was a nether portal down there, or not. Oh, there's some freaky noises though. Shulkers. Oh god, it's like its spine is made of shulker blocks. There you go. This world would have been cool had it gone somewhere, but yeah, it's difficult to commit to a theme. And then there's the world that Joe was going on about with his tree house, which is this one. But again, this one is so like, brr. It's like zombies probably underground in some hole someone made. Yeah, again, like some really nice builds around here, but like this world didn't get commitment, just like the other one. Like we just weren't feeling it really. But someone built really hard parkour, and like this parkour actually is like difficult. And Ewan struggled to finish it, obviously. And that cathedral from the fantasy world was copied over, and I built these really nice like painted houses, which I use as a screenshot in some, for some things. I do really like these builds. It's just, again, like the world gen, like it's kind of just the wrong vibes, I guess. That was the issue after the one with Quebec. Or sorry, the one with Olenta, the last committed one I did, or we did, sorry. Biome bundle we call it. Yeah, we struggled to find like anything that could replace Biome bundle, because there were no like good world gen plugins. and the good ones were either paid, like they were behind paywalls, or they came off as good, but they weren't exactly what we needed. And this was one of those, unfortunately. Like, it appeared alright, but for what we wanted, it didn't really deliver. And we kind of just kept that up forever and never committed to another world again. Because people wanted updated versions and we couldn't find world generation mods with developers who updated them. Nothing against developers, though, we obviously do this all for free. But yeah, this is Joe's treehouse. It's actually really cool. Like, everyone basically contributed to this. Like you'll like walk up this treehouse, and you'll find like everyone's different houses. So like Lauren's house is there, and Cassie's house is here with a powers flag, like PC Prosser Properties office. It's fun. It's very, very difficult to navigate. Cassie's actual house, which Ewan's banned from apparently. Joe's house, which he permits Ewan. How generous. Not too sure if I ever had a section, to be fair. Some crazy corridor to nothing. When David built this, I remember. Or was it David? Maybe it was Ollie, actually. I can't remember actually, never mind. I feel like it might have been David. I'm sure one of these was probably this might have been my shack actually, because I do remember having that like really tight bit going up to the furnaces. But yeah, this one, this is this year. This is it from this world. This staircase used to go up to the cathedral that's over here, but it was on clouds. It was quite cool, but it was moved for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why that was moved, but it is, and now it's in an arguably worse location. It was probably me that made it move, though. And then we had the free build worlds. The free build worlds were they weren't meaningless. They were more just a space for people to like build big things and then move to the other worlds. So like this plane, for example, well, not that one, but this one would have been used, or it had intentions to be used in the other world. But then people just made pixel art as well, and we had this like really fun like ice boat race track, and then this building was actually built in this world and copied over, and Emersonac used it for his stuff, and people used it for mini games as well, I remember. So this is a mini game. I think that was a working mini game. But this world also got griefed a lot, so again, just like some of the stuff, there used to be way more way more builds here, but it basically all got wiped. But yeah, people like TNT and gold balls everywhere, or they'd like use the world edit smoothing command, as you can see on these two boats here. Gold balls again. Unfinished builds. This place is a mess. Gold balls and gold pyramids. There's a common theme of gold here. And yeah, TNT, because that used to be cool Hatsune Miku pixel art. Now it's just half of Hatsune Miku. This place is a shithole, to say the least. But hey, like, someone made something cool out of gold, I guess. There's some cool stuff over here. This spaceship. This other spaceship. It's like hand spaceship. I remember building that. I don't remember who built. This might have been me as well. I kind of wanted to have like a Star Warsy space world, but then that never happened. And then we have the wall of flags. This is where my flag obsession really started. But there's no PAL's flag. So yeah, PALs didn't quite exist yet, but it was just about to happen. At least we have Global Elite there, right? But that's it for free build, and the other free build is kind of the same, but it has more. Yeah, the laughing, crying face flag and the Silver One flag and all the, like the TNT America flag. There was some proper nonsense on there. This is the other free build world. So that one with the treehouse on, this was like the sister world, I call it. This was the world that we worked on alongside that, and to be honest, this is the one that people cared more about. So and this was the COVID. This was a spawn of COVID. And there were a lot more contributors, like new ones, people who didn't contribute on any of the main worlds. There's a zombie in this cake. Yeah, so people just, I don't know, people just built stuff. There's not really much more to say. This is the gay converter that Joe was on about. So you walk in straight and then you come out. It's one of the different options. And then I built loads of like boat races. Like I started off small with these ones, and then I created a huge one that like wrapped around the whole world. And this place was full of pixel art, and I built loads of ships as well. And then David built the Titanic, which is really cool. And then we had Ewan and someone else recreate the scene. These two guys kept getting shipped together, so that's the reason for that. These were generated using like commands. There's pixel art of people we know in real life. There was a really popular minigame on Realms, because we used to play on Realms before we re-hosted servers. And there was a really cool minigame on Realms called Seriously, and Ewan recreated it himself in this world, and it actually, well, when he made it, it worked. I don't know if it still works. I don't really remember how to start it. He was a genius for this one. Yeah, it's not working at the moment. I mean, I suspect Minecraft's probably, like, they probably changed. Actually, maybe it's because yeah, I bet it's because it's on LAN. No, it still doesn't work. Basically, the idea was, you had two teams, red and blue, and you had wool, and then you also had shears. You also had, oh yeah, the commands are definitely outdated. Yeah, so you had two teams, red, blue, shears, bows, and basically the idea is you race through the course, and the course looks like this, so it's like parkour, and you're meant to use your wool to like get to like next platforms. But people also like the people on the enemy teams, basically they're meant to destroy or like hinder your progress, so they end up reaching the finish line first. It's basically just a race. I remember, like, I was really good at it because I was really quick, and it really pissed some people off. like Ewan got a bit mad about it. He'd get frustrated, and so he recreated it in this, so we could play it even more, and I could torment him even more. But that's pretty much that's literally the whole game. You just get wool, you're meant to hinder your teammates, and you're not meant to touch the blue bits because the blue bits kill you, and you get sent back to where you started unless you reach these checkpoints, and then you teleport to those instead. It was very clever. But it needs to be reviewed because it's not working as evident by that attempt there. Yeah, you can see Ewan's house made a comeback. This house makes a comeback in one of the other worlds we had, but I haven't included that on the showcase because it is newer, but like I'd still say it had the same fate as the fantasy and the other one, the treehouse one, and also here's the dome I was on about. Oh, well, the respawns work at least, the checkpoints. This was basically just a PvP arena. So, like, you would click these buttons, it would set your spawn point in there, and then you start. Everyone, like, the two players would die, and then you spawn in here, and then you just fight, and then. Oh no, sorry. I think your respawn point was set up there. So this set your respawn point to the top. Oh no. Oh, I have no idea then. Basically when you died, you'd end up here. Oh, I think those gold pressure plates did that. So you'd end up having your respawn point set up here, and you'd spectate pretty much. That was fun. And this is also like everyone built their IRL houses here as well, and we had different contributors, so we got different houses. Everyone's house was quite accurate as well. More pixel art. Joe built a really nice like villa here. It's very like Italian themed, I would say. Again, a lot of copy and pasted stuff. Oh, this is right. Some of the people started putting glass domes over villages because Bert kept going around blowing them all up. David tried building a... Well, actually, I say tried. David actually did pretty much finish it. David built a huge, like upscaled Minecraft house, which is really cool. Oh no, the bed never got finished, but no, it's decent. It's cool work. I remember helping a bit with that. I think I built with furnace. And then I had like boat highways everywhere. Yeah, it's neat, isn't it? And it looks really good. Like it's this house down here. So this was like the reference image basically, and then it's just a case of like building one of these huge blocks and then like copy and pasting it, and then building the huge version of a house. I really like this. David's great. David was cool executing this. A genius I would say. And yeah, we had boat races. I love boat races. And this one basically just, well, it toured the world of what, like the old part of it, like the early part of it, sorry. But then people started building the other way. Oh, and I had these. I built. Well, I say I built these. I didn't build them. I used the like software to generate them, and then put them in schematics and put them in the world. But they're basically just music players. Yeah. So this is Dreams of an Absolution. And I don't know what this is. This is Stamp on the Ground. Of course it would be. This tool was really cool, actually. You just needed good midis. I kind of worked with shit midis. But it meant that you didn't have to do this all yourself. But yeah, if you want to know what a tool is, Minecraft Noteblock Studio. All you have to do is just upload a MIDI. It does the rest for you, and then you just import it to your world as a schematic using World Edit. God, when did Xenon start making Hollow Knight music? What's going on? This is pretty much it for this world. Someone built this like crazy library that's like destroyed and ruined and in a bamboo forest. God knows. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Ollie had a bunch of these mazes. Common theme. This was in one of the other worlds. I didn't get to that part, but he loved doing that. He loved building square houses, mazes, droppers, and something else which I can't remember. Oh, Sky Islands, that's right. Thanks, Jeff. It's a shame. Your opinion on Xenon is a shame. I don't. What's wrong with this music? Can you not imagine like playing Hollow Knight to it? But yeah, what matters more is that you are here. But I think this is it. This is it for a stream. I mean, I think I went a bit quicker on the last few worlds. I mean, there's a lot I can dive into. Well, the elegance of the violins helps to slide it out. Jeff, I've been here for like 3 hours, man. You should have joined earlier. I would have made way more time for you. Yeah, exactly what Logan said. Yeah, these are pretty much all the Minecraft worlds we've had since the birth of POWs and before. But POWs wouldn't have existed without this, so that's why I've done this stream. To reflect, to give my appreciation to what came and allowed for what we have now. If people are interested, I can make these worlds available for download, which is probably maybe not make them available for download necessarily, but put them on cloud service is probably a good idea, because at the moment I got them on a hard drive, which I've been using like constantly for the last like 7 years, so but yeah, what have you guys been saying? Hop on Destiny Rising. No, I have never played Destiny, but I hate the concept of it. Yes, come back on Sunday for Fallout New Vegas. That'll happen. Destiny Rising got uninstalled from my cellular device. Make space for something else, man. It's worth it. Install it on your personal computer. Don't do that. Why would I do that when I don't even want to play the PC version? That's valid. What? Well, the phone version's bigger. Surely not. That doesn't make any sense. Jeff Silksong's out. I just opened Steam and there's a big banner for it. Oh, I see. I could not have cared about Silksong. I could not care about the original. Yeah. I forgot you weren't a Hollow Knight person. You don't seem to be a fan of any of the games I play. I feel like if I play games, I ruin them for you. So maybe it's best I don't do Elden Ring, because then you'll always love it. I won't ruin Elden Ring for you. $40 hours in 2 weeks. I forgot they released a new game. They're just milking the franchise now, surely. How do they release it so quickly? Yeah, I don't think I've gotten that many hours in any game this week. But if they are, they sure as shit made it good. Alright, whatever you say, man. I'll take your word for it. Actually, Jacob loves Elden Ring. So, you know, I got 2 guys saying it's good. God, I haven't actually played. I haven't played anything on Steam since Sunday when I did New Vegas. And before that, it was like 6 days. I've been so tired and so busy over the last 2 weeks. I just haven't had the urge to play anything on Steam, especially. Like I just hop on Minecraft, do something like mundane or like brain dead activity, and then I call it a day. Yeah, yeah, I'll have to try Elden Ring at some point. I definitely won't try it first time on Steam. I'd have to give it, oh, not Steam, on stream. I think I'd have to give it like a bit of time on my own to see if it's actually worth streaming. But I tried Hell is Us and Metal Gear Solid Delta. Metal Gear Solid got yeeted off my system. It was not that good. But Metal Gear is meant to be one of those franchises. Oh, ran like doo-doo. Oh, is it like one of the newer Metal Gear games? Probably is shit then. That tends to be what happens. And they're charging 70 quid for this one that was released last month. a remake of 2004 Metal Gear Solid 3. I hope you got a refund for it, because it's not cheap. I never heard of a Hell Is Us either, to be honest. Again, another expensive game. What is it with you and expensive games, man? Can you play something more affordable? Who's this like Trump looking ass guy? Oh right, yeah, of course you don't pay for games. Why would you pay for games? I bet you're really familiar with the piracy music. You know what I'm on about. Yeah, no, you're right. That's why I'm baffled. That's why I was baffled. Like, had you spent the money on that, I'd be shocked because yeah, like 45 quid for that one, 70 quid for the other one. New and trending. Let me have a look. Um, yeah, no, I can finally stream the Steam store page. Yeah, because like okay, that one is like anime themed, but it's not explicit. Again with that one. Oh, here you go, sexual content. I found one. I found two actually. Only two though. Like before, it's been like the whole thing. Like every other game is something like explicit. Now they're only giving me two. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna live? I don't know. What I do know is I'm gonna go to bed now, actually, because it's quite late. Past my bedtime, that's for sure. Um, yeah, exactly. Where am I gonna? What games am I gonna play? Might as well just hang up my coat and call it quits for streaming. I got nothing to play anymore. I finished every game, and Steam won't give me any of the good ones. Anyway, this is it from me. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Logan. Thank you Jeff if you're still here. Thank you Nez and Lauren and all the other characters who joined. Xenon for letting me play his music. That person who followed me. Everyone. And not Matt because he never joined and he won't watch the VOD. Anyway, yes, that's it. Thank you very much. Good night to both of you. And I shall speak to you in the next stream. Goodbye.